Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 27 of my multi-cloud network architecture series. And in this episode, I've invited Leon from VCC Cloud, a partner of ours in the UK, to talk about how they're leveraging Aviatrix to provide a multi-cloud network architecture framework for multiple customer solutions. Thank you so much, Leon, for joining us.
Thank you, Dana. I'm excited to be here today.
Great. So let's get started. Leon, I want to know a little bit about VCC Cloud and the partnership you have with Aviatrix.
So VCC Cloud is a UK-focused company with a global mindset in operation since 2011. So we currently provide professional and managed services on all aspects of cloud networking, cloud security, and cloud communication. Mm-hmm. And our target markets are legal, finance, and anyone in need of access to smart market data.
Got it. So you guys must have been exploding since the last couple of years because of how cloud has been exploding as well, huh?
Yes, it's been quite busy couple of years. Yes. So VCC Cloud is an Aviatrix registered partner. So in the United Kingdom, we leverage our close relationship with Aviatrix to provide specialized technical expertise and design peace of mind to all our customers. Our goal, very important goal, is to make sure our customers invest in a cloud solution that they actually need, so correctly and cost efficiently. So, of course, from a cloud networking, cloud security, and cloud communication standpoint for the long term.
Gotcha. So you guys must be dealing with cloud-focused customers that are either greenfield, new to the cloud, or they're mature cloud users and they already have a brownfield environment, and Aviatrix is working for all of those scenarios, right?
That's right, yes. So we've been receiving a lot of requests from customers with greenfield projects, and also some recent requests with customers already in the cloud, aware of certain challenges that are present with on the networking and security standpoint, and looking for advice.
Yeah, one thing I love about this platform is how flexible it is. It's not intrusive in any way. It can be easily integrated into existing networks without affecting anything. It can be done so gracefully. And so the migration to Aviatrix is actually a lot simpler than most people might think. And I have videos on that as well on my YouTube channel. But I think we'll go into a little bit of that in the design discussion.
Definitely. I mean, as we know, businesses are progressively turning to public cloud for business transformation, right? Mm-hmm. So we're really and truly assisting each of them to solve these problems that they may face in the long run with the limitations that exist from a network standpoint. It's been discussed, public clouds come with certain networking challenges that customers are not necessarily aware of yet. So, I mean, we can list many, right, Dana? There's manual routing updates, native limitations, and most importantly, lack of visibility.
So Leon, I'm curious to see how VCC Cloud is leveraging our multi-cloud networking platform for your customers. I see on this diagram a transit environment, I see spoke environments, I see the internet, I see all sorts of clouds, and I see even private connectivity solutions from Equinix. So put this all together for me so I understand what you're doing here.
So Dana, VCC Cloud leverages the multi-cloud network architecture framework from Aviatrix to provide customers, in a nutshell, with two entry paths to the cloud. The first one is a hosted offering that we supply. We've built a global core Aviatrix-enabled transit overlay network that you see on this diagram in the top.
Yep.
And the second entry path to the cloud is where we help them build their own multi-cloud network architecture framework.
Okay, so that's really interesting. The hosted model intrigues me. So you're building a multi-cloud backbone, cloud-based backbone in all the regions across all the major clouds, leveraging the Aviatrix multi-cloud network architecture, the transit solution, and then offering that as a method for customers to connect to their workloads in the cloud and to build up that cloud connectivity. That's actually pretty brilliant because it's easy for you guys to instantiate these entry points for as many customers as you want because the Aviatrix solution scales out horizontally, right? So this is a nice service to offer your customers.
That's exactly right, Dana. So one of the key features that we leverage here as well, aside of what we've done to create this hosted solution, is the ability to segment networks in the cloud. So we're then able to, with ease, to segment different customers' environments using this MCNA framework strategy.
Yeah, actually, that's a really intelligent way to leverage the segmentation model we brought in 6.0. So every customer can be put into their own segment. They're in their own lane. They can't see each other's traffic or routes or anything. They're completely separate from each other. And this allows you to onboard many customers leveraging the same ubiquitous data plane, unified data plane across all clouds. It's really, really powerful and allows you guys to scale up in a cost-effective manner as well.
That's exactly right. I also want to mention that the hosted service can be leveraged, of course, via internet connectivity or a private. So on the private level, say there is a customer that wants to leverage the hosted service for to build a hybrid cloud solution from involving their on-premise network. We will, of course, work in tandem with Equinix data centers and implement the cloud end solution from Aviatrix, which will provide high throughput encryption end to end.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're offering Cloud End as a service as well, which is amazing because Aviatrix is the only solution on the market that can offer line rate encryption on private side or public side connection models. So whether you're going through Equinix through a direct connect or an express route, or you're going over the internet, Cloud End allows us to spin up many tunnels and equal cost multipath that traffic across all those tunnels to get line rate encryption in and out of the cloud. It's really an amazing platform. I also want to mention one more thing here. It looks like in the VCC Cloud transit backbone, you don't specify if you're using public or private connectivity for the transit connectivity. One thing I want to mention here is that you can leverage more than just public connectivity, the public cloud connectivity to build that transit. In recent code releases, we now allow customers to build transit connections through private line services from Equinix and Peerport and Megaport. And that's really powerful because now you can offer your customers an SLA, because the internet doesn't really offer you an SLA, but if you're leveraging a private side connection, you can now offer your customers an SLA for the transit architecture as well.
Exactly, and we have that in place as well. The transit layer that we offer, the overlay network, one part leverages Equinix.
Okay, Leon, and then so this second entry path you mentioned into the cloud is basically VCC Cloud acting as a consulting service to help organizations build their own Aviatrix multi-cloud network architecture, right? How does that work? What does that entail?
This is a very good question, Dana. So as I mentioned earlier, the second entry path is the fact that we do provide a consultancy service to customers to help them leverage the Aviatrix MCNA framework by taking the networking team through an assessment. So we'll assess their current infrastructure deployment, the objectives they need to meet, and devise the right strategy to get them to meet the expected outcomes of creating, for example, a hybrid cloud solution. As per the diagram presents it, we have preferred ways to do it by leveraging Equinix as the exchange point into the different public cloud providers.
Got it. Okay. So this is cool because now you have different ways customers can leverage Aviatrix multi-cloud network architecture, and it all depends on the maturity and the requirements of the customer. I know we've come across some customers that really don't care about how transit works and how they get between clouds. They just want to get access to their cloud workloads in the most efficient means possible, efficient way possible. And then other organizations want full control over traffic engineering, full visibility over what's happening in the cloud. And so this second model offers them that as well. And I'm assuming that every customer in that case would get their own controller, their own co-pilot, handled and hosted by you guys, or is it just built out in their own network?
So yes, so obviously during the delivery of this bespoke solution for the client, yes, the controller and the co-pilot will be under their direct control, so it will be in their environment.
Okay.
And they'll be able to fully experience this operational visibility from day 2 onwards. Cool. Once everything is in place.
All right, and do you ever foresee customers moving from one model to another? Maybe they start in the hosted model and then realize the power of the Aviatrix Transit architecture and then try to build it out on their own?
Indeed. We see the hosted model as a soft way for us to present the Aviatrix overall set of products. So if we have an existing customer that's been using the hosted service, mm-hmm. and wishing to have their own, for example, their own controller, their own co-pilot, the transition is quite smooth. I mean, the Aviatrix solution allows the handover of gateways implementations between controllers without any major uplifting.
And I think it'll become clearer as we talk about what SaaS services you're offering your customers as well through this Aviatrix network. So let's move to the next diagram and talk about that.
So if we dive in a little deeper, looking at this diagram, so you have on top, again, the global core Aviatrix enabled transit overlay network. Mm-hmm. Each client subscribing to the hosted model end up with an extranet. So we deploy the extranet with two levels. So one, which is an extranet, we call it extranet transit, mm-hmm. and the other one, extranet spoke. And in the spoke, and there could be multiple spokes. The representation here is only showing a single one, mm-hmm. in which all the application workloads will be implemented. Could be monolithic application deployments or microservices leveraging Kubernetes, all will be within the spoke. The entire extranet environment is, of course, secured, leveraging the FireNet feature of Aviatrix, mm-hmm. on the extranet transit level, mm-hmm. Which would then allow the localized internet breakout if the application needs to be accessed from the internet.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this is coming together, Leon. You guys have built your own Aviatrix-enabled global transit backbone across all the clouds. And then, because the controller itself is multi-tenant, meaning it can handle many, many accounts, you can onboard customer accounts, and they can give you access just to spin up Aviatrix infrastructure in specific VPCs. And so maybe you spin up a transit architecture in your customer account and then connect that back to your global backbone. Or you can connect customer spokes directly to your global backbone. And in either scenario, depending on the customer requirements, you can start to leverage Aviatrix functionality, whether it's transit segmentation or security insertion for east-west and north-south inspection, or just internet egress, FQDN filtering. There's so many functions in the Aviatrix platform once you onboard the customer that they can leverage. Right? This is really powerful. I'm starting to get it now.
Yes, we actually really and truly rely on the transit segmentation feature, because mm-hmm. it gives us a lot of flexibility to be able to provide this service level that we've labeled as extranet. Extranet transit and spoke. Right. Of course, the spoke can be linked directly to our backbone, mm-hmm. In which all the different applications will reside, whether it be a monolithic deployment or microservices. But the presentation here shows if we are speaking to a client that wants an even more granular approach to how the extranet can be deployed. So for especially with the whole aspect of providing localized internet access to the extranet, etc. So
a lot of functionality or a lot of flexibility. I also see a SitetoCloud IPsec tunnel near the bottom of this diagram. What are you using that for?
So that it's again, we see it as an optional offering. So if the client wants to interconnect the extranet offering from the overall hosted solution to their private network. So it's another way to do that. So by leveraging standalone gateways and linking them with a SitetoCloud IPsec, which is another very, very useful feature from the Aviatrix solution.
Okay, I got it. So you're using our SitetoCloud tunneling solution to build either standard IPsec with BGP on top, or you might be leveraging the Cloud N for high throughput connectivity, encrypted connectivity in another cloud.
Exactly.
So give them, you give them different ingress models. And what's great about this is they can leverage the closest ingress point of presence, right? So they could say, well, if I have a customer in Amsterdam, they can ingress into a point of presence in the Netherlands, and if they're a customer in Japan, they can ingress into a point of presence in Tokyo, because you can instantiate any of this infrastructure anywhere without any limitation. Like, this is actually quite beautiful, having that flexibility to deploy Aviatrix transit architectures, Aviatrix spoke architectures anywhere in the world it's just unbeatable. It's you can't be paralleled. It's pretty incredible.
Definitely.
You also have something here mentioned about Swap and Cloud Alpha. What are these services you're offering their customers?
So the Swap solution, Swap stands for Secure Web App. It has been strategically engineered for legal professionals, mortgage brokers, and investment brokerage firms to handle and discuss volumes of confidential information. So what we've done with it is we've come up with an all-in-one tool. So ultimately hosted within an extranet spoke that we deploy on for each customer, and they can leverage it to virtually and securely meet with their customers, colleagues, stakeholders, e-sign documents, conduct e-witnessing, perform customer verifications, whether it's be know your customer, know your business, anti-money laundering checks, also access to bank accounts using the open banking network, which is available pretty much everywhere in Europe today. And all the above during whilst on a single video session. In terms of archiving, everything stays within the extranet spoke, and ultimately leveraging the insane encryption feature that Aviatrix has, so throughout the entire network. The Cloud Alpha offering is fairly new. We are on phase 1 with it. It's basically smart market data that we provide to specific customers needing real-time market data, delayed data up to 10 minutes, and end-of-day data. So we are able to feed it to them by respecting all the licensing agreements into a secure environment. So we're offering them a new way to obtain instant market data. So they don't have, for example, the need to spend a lot of money on the private connection with the major providers. So this is another exciting service offering that will be promoted more and more, and on the leveraging, showcasing how we are using Aviatrix to the fullest to achieve this goal.
Okay, I'm starting to see it now a lot more clearly. Leon, you're using the Aviatrix multi-cloud network architecture to build this highly scalable, highly available, and high-performing network in the cloud so that you can ensure that your apps are being offered in the most optimal fashion, that your customers, have the best end user experience when leveraging your apps. Because basically, once you've built out this Aviatrix overlay, you can insert these apps at any point in the network. You can put them basically as if they're right there in the customer environment, right? For example, you can throw the swap and the Cloud Alpha right in a customer extranet spoke environment, right?
Yes, that's right. And the beauty of it is it allows us to leverage all the different global points of presence that Google Cloud or AWS or Azure presents.
Yeah, this is really cool. I can imagine a do-it-yourself approach, building this all out natively with complex scripting would be painful, right? You'd have to build out a large organization with VCC Cloud to manage this and to scale it with many customers. But with the intelligence built into the controller, you could have one or two people managing this for hundreds of customers. It wouldn't be that hard.
That's right, yes. And that's where, again, as we mentioned earlier, from an operational standpoint, the Copilot product comes quite handy for that operational visibility. We're able to literally have the same feel as you would basically monitor an on-premise network. But this time, it's an entire network built out as an overlay across the different public clouds.
Oh, yeah. That's Copilot is a good point. With Copilot, you would be able to separate your customers' traffic and see traffic patterns on a per customer basis. You could see topologies on a per customer basis. You could see cloud routes on a per customer basis. The best thing about Copilot is that you can create filters and then leverage those filters to visualize specific customer information. Leon, this has been awesome. I'm always so happy to see how our customers and partners are leveraging the Aviatrix MCNA in so many different ways to build out infrastructure for their organization or to offer services to their customers. The Aviatrix multi-cloud network architecture and the platform, the controller, is so flexible and so intelligent that it seems like it can be used in a million different ways. And you're proving this point today. So I really want to thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you so much, Dana. I'm very happy we got to spend some time and have this discussion on your channel today. So VCC Cloud's approach to find solutions to customer problems is very out of the box. Again, as discussed earlier, public clouds come with certain networking challenges a lot of clients are not necessarily aware of yet. So I'll extend in stating that as part of the partnership with Aviatrix, we're now providing a cloud navigator experience. So some workshops dedicated for clients interested into understanding how Aviatrix can help their organizations. So whenever the dates are available, they will be published online, and we will be welcoming interesting parties to join. Thanks again, Dana, and I look forward to talk to you on another discussion very soon.
Absolutely. Take care, Leon.